On the 22nd of June 2020, SCR released its version 1.6 update. This included the new line to Willowfield, which was generally quite high quality despite a lack of scenery in some areas. Though the lack of scenery made one thing very obvious. Between Willowfield and Hemden Park, you notice that there are some trees leading to a bridge which goes over absolutely nothing. If you've seen Jay Foreman's video about the old Northern Line, you'll know that the bridge over nothing must have some connection to an abandoned or disused build of some sort, such as a railway. Though the line of trees continues way longer, snaking through the northern fields of Stepford for miles, as you can see this through the time-lapse, until it ends here at this strange structure. It includes two grass blocks that are suspiciously in the shape of two railway station platforms, and a random house next to it. This is the house model used in the majority of the rest of the game, though its location here seems incredibly out of the ordinary. It's clear that this is some kind of abandoned railway station, especially considering that this is indeed Stepford County Railway, a railway simulator. Directly ahead of where the line of trees ends, you just reach the River Ben, but there is a path near the station that will take you to the Whitefield branch if you walk far enough. Alright, so with that explained, what's the point of this line of trees? That's what I want to discuss in this video. The developers of SCR must have built it for some purpose. If it is pointless, then why bother spending time copying and pasting trees all over the place? Well, there are a few theories, which I'll explain in detail with my opinions in this video. First of all comes the idea of a Connect extension, serving as a branch from Willowfield. It could also possibly continue to connect to the Whitefield branch, though it makes more sense for it to be a single stop branch. It would look something like this on the map. Now, this idea has been lingering around in the community for a while, but only a few weeks ago, an SCR sneak peek of version 1.8 was released, showcasing a new Connect extension. Charlie did confirm that this is indeed a new stop on the most recent SCR Q&A, but the issue is we don't know where it is. It could be somewhere along the Lynn line like Charlie said in the original extension vote from a while ago, but the devs could have always changed their mind since then. That leaves the line of trees as a possibility. You could also consider the fact that the vaguely visible text glyphs on the CIS to the centre left definitely says something west. I personally think that this is West Wyvern West, as ridiculous as it sounds. However, others turn to the line of trees and think of Hemden West. But there's a flaw with this, as geographically it is to the east of Hemden Park, not west. But you could also argue that the CIS could actually say Whitefield West, which would make sense. Even the bridge design in the background of the sneak peek invigorates me and triggers my sight sensors, and you can clearly see that this bridge is similar to that of Willowfield, plus the curvature of the tracks faces the same direction of the sneak peek. This abandoned platform also credits the idea that this is the revival for an abandoned line. Honestly, although this theory does have good evidence and I credit it for its strength, I feel that they would have stuck to their word and extended Connect along the Lynn line, so I trust the West Wyvern West theory. Another common theory amongst the community is that this line is planned for a potential freight operator. Freight is a concept mainly proposed by Train Stuff, and has all sorts of evidence across the map, such as the supposed Platform Zero at Stepford Central, which is beside what looks like a cargo loading bay, the unused shipping centre tracks at Neary Harbour with a connection to Neary Station, and these unused tracks are on Berries of Berrily, in which one of them suspiciously just goes into the factory wall. Something Train Stuff didn't mention was this odd bit of ballast near Beachley Station, which could have something to do with another freight branch, or could potentially make a triangle with the Connect extension I mentioned earlier. This all links to the possibility that this line of trees could be used as part of a freight system, with this area being dock-based due to its close proximity to the River Ben. Freight as an idea in SCR does make sense, as their aim for this particular railway simulator is to simulate working on the railway with all sorts of jobs, of which freight is a crucial part. Most railway lines around Great Britain have freight services running along them, plus their own dedicated tracks, crediting the theory that the line of trees could be a freight-only branch to a dock-based cargo station. I quite like this idea, though I think freight may be a plan of theirs that's more long-term than immediate. It does still make quite a lot of sense at that matter though. Some also believe that this supposed railway line could eventually become some sort of heritage railway line. If you've watched SquadFam 9000's fictional History of SCR video, you notice he theorises that this was once a branch operated by an older railway company in Stepford, with the station being called Hemden Barracks, which would eventually lead to closure. It then makes you think that this could become some form of heritage railway line, as many railway lines are being preserved and opened as tourist attractions across Great Britain, with steam trains being run along them. I think this could be a great opportunity for SCR to introduce steam locomotives, and add to the game's variation by having just a 2-stop heritage railway line for people to enjoy. A very good theory in my opinion, though I find it unlikely that SCR will ever include steam railways, as it's more aimed at simulating modern railways and how they are operated. I'd definitely like some form of heritage railway concept in the game though. Then finally, of course, there's the theory that the developers are just ripping us off and making us speculate for no reason. Yeah, it's entirely possible that they could have built this for absolutely no reason at all, with no future plans to do with it. Yeah, seems something that the developers would do, especially with such a huge fan base who can't wait for sneak peeks. Something else I thought I would mention was SCR Leaks, which hasn't been active for months now. At one point they said that SCR was planning a freight operator, though I don't really trust them in that respect, as nothing has ever been confirmed, and nothing has happened since that apparent leak. Though it could mean that freight is on their to-do list and will be coming at some point in the future. Remember though, they are a third-party source, so it can't always be trusted. So there you have it. Those are some theories about what the purpose of the Hemden line of trees in Stepford County Railway is supposed to be. If it exists in the physical game, it must have some form of purpose, hence why I've made this video covering the topic. Of course I look forward to the future of the game, but for now all we can do is speculate about what's coming up. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, a like would be very much appreciated. If you really love the video then make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you soon for the next video. Goodbye.